Now, if you are not licensed to do this, please don't be trying to use these tips on other people. But if you are licensed, here are some great tips that can help you get your clients and your own brows together. Y'all see them? Freshly waxed and tinted. So if you want to learn how to achieve these results, keep watching. Hey y'all, it's your girl Yasmin. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel, y'all. So today I have an amazing video for you where I'm teaching you how to wax and tint your brows. Oh, before we get into it, let me tell you a little something about tinting and waxing. So the tint that I use, it actually lasts on the hairs for about 2 weeks and on the skin for about a week. So that's why it looks dark, but in day 2, honey, it's gonna brighten up. I'm loving the results right now, y'all. Look, oh my goodness. Gorgeous, right? It's the makeup look without having on makeup for me, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so first we're gonna start off with cleaning the brow area and prepping the eyebrows for the tint application. So I'm making sure my brow hairs are going in the direction I want them to go. And now I'm outlining my eyebrow with a white eyebrow pencil. And I'm making sure that my brows are starting where I want them to start. And then I'm drawing the shape of the brow that I'm going for. So I like to start under the eyebrow and then I go on top of the eyebrow. See that? And I'm gonna do the other side. Here I'm ensuring that my arch is where I need it to be, which is the outside of the black area of my eyeball. That's where the arch should start. Okay, I'm liking the shape that I have. So now I'm going to move into applying the tint. But first, let's get our products together. So we are starting with gloves, then our brow tint from Brow Code, the brow cream Oxidant that's going to make the tint apply, and then the tint remover, my wax sticks, my spoolie, and my mixing brush. That white eyeliner, you definitely need that. And then a Q-tip, some wax strips, and my Be Magnificent Beauty brow gel, and then my highlighter pencil and my highlighter brush. Okay, let's get these gloves on so we can get it popping. Let's go. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start prepping the tint. I use a pea size of the tint cream and then 3 drops of the Oxidant. So that's my ratio, pea size. So 3 drops for every pea size of the dye. So we're mixing it together. I want it to be really, really creamy, but I'm also tracking the time to make sure that it doesn't go over 10 minutes because that's when it gets really, really dark. So I'm doing this as quickly as possible because I want to start applying it to my eyebrows as soon as I can. So I always start at the end of my eyebrow and work my way towards the front because I want the end of my eyebrows to be darker than the front of my eyebrows. So since the tint starts oxidizing quickly, I definitely want to get it on there as quickly as possible so that I can get the best results possible. So we're just working that into the eyebrow. I'm going to do it on the other side, starting at the end of my brow and working my way to the front. But I actually am not putting any tint on the front of my brow right now. I'm going to wait until I'm closer to the end of the tint application. And I do that because I don't want my brows to look very, very dark in the front. I want them to look as natural as possible. So when I do start going into the front, it's going to be very, very light. So now I'm removing any tint from areas that I don't want tinted. I want to make sure my shape is very, very nice and clean. So I'm just cleaning up that excess tint and making sure I'm only tinting the areas that I want tinted. So now I'm going in the front, very, very light. And then I got my cotton pads because that's what I'm going to use to remove the tint. You want to make sure you're using a dry cotton swab, and you're going to wipe off the tint according to the time. So remember I said I don't want the front to process that long. You don't want your tint to be on no longer than 10 minutes, okay? 10 minutes is the max. So even though I applied to the front last, I'm going to remove from the front first. So I'm removing the tint from the front of my brow first because I want the ends to process longer, the ends in the middle. So you guys are already seeing I'm wiping off that tint and it's already coming together, and you see how it fades in the front, and then as it gets closer to the back it gets darker. That creates a more natural look for your brows. Okay, I'm loving how they're coming out now. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe off the rest of that tint. Make sure it's all clean and off. I'm even going to wipe off the eyebrow pencil because now that my tint has applied to my brow, I know what my brow is supposed to look like when it comes to waxing. So now I'm going in with the tint remover, and I'm removing any tint from areas that I didn't want tinted, especially in the front. If it's too dark, I just go ahead and wipe away some of the tint in the front. Now let's move into waxing these eyebrows. Okay, so now we're getting into waxing. We want the brow to look as precise as possible. So I'm going in with my wax stick, and I wax eyebrows in 4 parts. So one at the top, one at the top of the brow, and then one at the bottom of the brow, and then I move to the end of the brow. I do the top end and then the bottom end. You're going to apply the wax in the direction that your hair grows, and then you're going to remove the wax in the opposite direction. So when you're laying your muslin strip on top of the wax, make sure that you're pulling it in the opposite direction so you can make sure that those hairs are coming out. Otherwise, no hair is going to be removed. So remember, I apply in 4 parts. One on the top of the brow, and then the top end of the brow, and then at the bottom of the brow, and on the bottom end of the brow. So 4 parts. And make sure you're pulling that muslin strip in the opposite direction of hair growth. Ooh, that one hurt, y'all. Sure you are applying your wax as precise as possible, because that's really what's going to make or break the brow tint and look. So you want to be very, very precise when you're applying that wax. Ooh, that one hurt too, y'all. Look at that. Look at those results. Beautiful. Love, love, love the way the tint came out. I've already waxed both eyebrows. So now we're going to go ahead and move into highlight. So I use Nicck Townsend's brow pencil in deep ebony to highlight the brow bone. What this does is really makes that brow wax and tint service look very, very clean, precise. Your clients are really going to love the results, especially once you apply the highlighter. It just really brings life to the sculpting of the brow. And you really want to work that highlighter into the skin. You don't want it to look ashy. You want it to look as natural as possible. So we're going to really work that highlighter into the skin. All right, so next we are going to apply our Be Magnificent Beauty brow gel so we can keep those hairs in place. We want those hairs to move in the direction that they grow. That's what makes the brow look more natural. So we're just brushing those hairs up in the direction that they already grow and making that brow look way more natural. Beautiful. It's looking beautiful. It's coming together. And that's it, y'all. So these are the results. Let me know if you like them in the comments, if you enjoy the tips, and I will catch you guys later.